Fighting out of the red corner, representing Australia. Put your hands together and welcome Shades and Scott.
Hey guys, a new little project of mine for the bigger fights, the bigger pro fights. I'm gonna, I'll get permission to use the footage, and then what I'll do is I'll put it up on my YouTube and I'll speak over the top, just to, go over what my fighters have maybe done wrong or done right, just to explain the fight a little bit. This was from last Sunday night on SKS Empire at Rajadamnern Stadium in Bangkok. Jason Fitty Shades Scott making his debut against Ignasi from Singmawin gym. Ignasi having fought Yusuf Borganum, also fought Josh Hill, I believe. He comes to the fight with some big names that he's fought. And as most of you know, in Muay Thai we don't talk about just who if they've won or whatnot. You talk about the experience they've had, and he's quite an experienced campaigner. And the final instructions from the ref. Fitty doing the Fitty thing and smiling and having a good time. He was in a really good headspace.
My favourite ranger, Hugh O'Donnell, and Blade Orton. Here we are.
In the corner here, we've got Hugh O'Donnell helping me out. He came up to Bangkok from Phuket to corner for Fitty, which was really nice of him. Also having Abe Smith from Adelaide Muay Thai in his corner, which was really nice as well. You'll see him in between rounds with Blade Orton, another experienced Aussie who's living there in Thailand and being a trainer in Thailand at the moment, which is really cool.
Fabulous Muay Thai fighter.
Hugh's a very special person to me, man. Having him in the corner was really nice. Seeing him looked after by such a corner was really good. So here we go. Fitty straight on the front foot. One of the first things I'd probably say is the reaching out of Fitty to get into the clinch instead of setting up the clinch is probably one of his downfalls, which we have been working on. It's just going to take some time. Here he gets a latch on, and he's just got to know where his hands are when he does the latch on, so that he doesn't get his hands broken off and doesn't have to choose to change grips. He was a bit worried about having some ring rust. He hasn't had a fight that's gone beyond a minute in about 15 months now. So he had one fight last year which didn't go too well. Had an injury and it didn't really work out. So you see him just pushing forward there, waiting till he's been hit by the knee before he throws the hand as a counter shot. That was really good from him, from Fitty, latching on. I think here you'll see he gets his hand broken off again, which shouldn't happen as the clinch style fighter that he is. Once he's latched on, there should be no breaking his hands. He should have all the gaps closed. Should have his face on them so they can't get him off. They can't get their hand between them, the two guys, to separate. Also there, the problem right now is that wearing that elbow up the centre, he did actually receive a massive cut, which you'll see at the end. Those elbows up the centre, when his opponent's actually open for the elbow himself, but he doesn't throw it. He's got to get a little bit more comfortable with throwing an elbow and not always going for the punch. You can see blood there already. You see Jason also switching between stances. He can do both, but you'll see when he throws a straight left with just a straight left off of that southpaw stance, it doesn't quite work for him. It sort of extends and then he has to lean forward to reach with it. There's not enough hip rotation in it. And struggling to push forward there while he's punching. If he tried doing more than one punch at a time and just strung them together, he'd find that he can move forward constantly while doing it. This is probably the best grip I've ever seen Jason have. So he's under Ignasi's arms and sort of pulling him up. He does it a couple of times in the fight. So negating Ignasi's arms, which is really good. Ignasi's really good on that outside, controlling Like, this sort of stuff shouldn't be happening with Jason, where he gets taken down on the way into the clinch. But you'll see Ignasi is, as he's stepping back, he's sort of scoring every moment while Jason's sort of walking into everything. Just wasn't a very smart first round, which it's kind of understandable. Doctor giving him the all clear with the cut there. It's kind of understandable. He's been out for a while, but, you know, it's those little mistakes that you can't afford to be making. End of the first round. There you go. There's Blade and Abe jumping in. Getting the Vass put all over the cut there from Blade. Heading out to the second round. So this was at 158 pounds, which is 71.6 kilos, I believe, but same day weigh-in, so weigh-in at like 6 a.m. And then fight in the evening. Show started at 8 p.m, 8:30 p.m, maybe 8:30 p.m, I believe. So end of the first round, it was definitely 10-9 to Ignasi. Now coming to the second, Jason straight back on the front foot, wore another elbow on the way in. Ignasi, as I said, quite good on the outside. He's got a little bit of femur about him, but he can also clinch, which is really good. There was a real strong move from Jace. If he hadn't lost balance at the same time, which I think Ignasi had lifted his right leg to sort of push Jason's leg across, but that folded Ignasi that left knee. Another good move when he got pushed off, leaving his leg up to defend himself if there was a kick thrown at Jason there. Catching the kick, that's something we've worked on a lot for probably the last 3 fight preps, but it's the first time I've actually seen him doing it. He does it a lot in sparring, and now it's starting to work for him in fights, which is really good to see. This is another strong grip from Jason, but there should not have been a reason to let go there. He had him in a really awkward spot. They're the situations where Jason needs to, when the head goes down like that, he needs to keep them down. His arm was under Ignasi's right arm, his left arm was underneath there, so Jason should have cranked under his arm, pushed his face away, and probably kneed him in the face if possible. Here's another really good grip, but got broken straight away. It's that not throwing anything to get into the clinch sort of thing. He is kneeing on the way into the clinch now, which was something we've been trying to work on over the last little bit, and it's actually starting to work now, so that's good. He's just got to do something before that knee. See that breaking his own clinch off for no real reason. He needs to get control of him and stay there. Good elbows up the centre there from Ignasi. That was a good little jumping knee. That's another thing which we've worked on, along with that catching the kick and doing his bits there. It's like actually jumping into the clinch and making sure you protect on the way in, landing on their guts with your knee on the way in. I'm not sure what the warning was for here. You could see, you could only see half the legs, so I'm not sure if it was an illegal sweep, like a hook or something, but pushing through there to get into the clinch again. No real grip on those, so now he's taken the grip. So that's the end of the second round. Cut hasn't got any worse. Blade jumping straight onto the cut. Yeah, coming out for the third and final round. So when we listen to the scorecards at the end, you are going to hear the scores, and I do believe that Jason won on one scorecard in the second round, and then 2 scorecards went to Ignasi in the second round. Yeah, Jason, this is why Jason's a 5-round fighter, because this round is how he should be fighting. He needs to start getting his head around not making the little mistakes he makes in the first round, so that he can start like it's the third round, especially in a 3-rounder. Just can't afford to get cut and get stopped with a cut early when he could have potentially gone on and, you know, not got, you know, it's a big factor when the judges are seeing blood and stuff. They don't like it, and they go, average defense, he got hit, da 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 da. When one guy's clean, no damage to be seen, Jason just constantly pressuring him, catching the kick again, punches into clinch.
Back into the clinch they go, and he wraps around him, starts sending those knees to the midsection. Ignasi's returning, and there's a nice
Ref in the break, a really good ref as well. This ref is actually an Arjan, so he's like very, very experienced. He teaches, one of the best refs around. He teaches all the refs and stuff. See, Jason's a lot stronger here, like where his head is compared to Ignasi. Ignasi's head's like getting pulled down, Jason's isn't. As Jason does, straight back on the front foot. Another aggressive entry, probably could have afforded to land some hands on the way in too. Yeah, another one where he lets go where he probably shouldn't have. He shouldn't have bothered. Elbow at the centre. He definitely should have thrown way more elbows. So many opportunities to throw elbows in this fight where he didn't do it. And he'll punch instead. Whereas Ignasi took every opportunity to throw the elbows.
right now, getting those knees into the midsection. This is trench warfare.
Yeah, see that clinch breaking off again from Jason, which shouldn't have happened. So those little things that now he's going to have to fix those little things and make them a permanent fixture in his game, having a really good latch on. You could see Ignasi's arms are getting tired, which, that's what Jason does. Another catch. Wouldn't have gone for a jab there, but it is what it is. Like, he still threw the rear hand after it. That's more like it, a bit more swing and ding. Another thing I'd like to see him is when he catches the kick, hold onto it for a bit longer and hit the guy while he's holding the leg. In the final 10 or so seconds here. There we go. Fight is over. Jason not realising that he's about to have a hug from absolute royalty. And the Emperor Namsak Nai. You can see the cut there. So 12 stitches or so went into that cut. In Thailand you do get paid to get cut as well, so you make a little bit of extra money.
The first judge scored is bout 28 to 29. The second judge scored is bout 29 to 28. And the last judge scored is bout 29 to 28. And we have a winner by ways of split decision.
There you go. So Jason would have been probably 10-9 in the third.
Ignasi Singmawin.